All right, today we're going to do something a little different. We're launching a grand cosmic investigation, turning our focus to a place you think you know really well, our own home planet, Earth.
I mean, just look at it. This beautiful blue marble, just kind of floating there in space. But have you ever really stopped and wondered, why here? In this vast, seemingly endless universe, what makes this one tiny spot so special, so capable of hosting life? Well, that's the mystery we're going to try to solve today.
So, where do we even begin? Well, our first big clue is something you hear in real estate all the time. It's all about location, location, location. And believe me, when it comes to planets, where you are in the solar system is, well, it's everything.
Let's just take a peek at our neighbors, okay? If we were just one step closer to the sun. On Venus, the average temperature is a mind-blowing 464 degrees Celsius. I mean, that's not just hot, that's lead melting hot. Way, way too extreme for life as we know it.
Okay, so too hot is a definite no-go. What if we went the other way? Way out in the suburbs of the solar system, on Neptune. The temperature there plunges to a bone-chilling minus 200 degrees Celsius, a deep, deep freeze. So yeah, no chance for life there either.
And then, there's us, Earth. Our average surface temperature is a wonderfully mild 15 degrees Celsius. See? Not scorching hot, not frozen solid. It's just right.
And this perfect little sweet spot has a perfect name for it, the Goldilocks zone, you know, from the fairy tale. This is the first and maybe the most critical piece of the puzzle. And it's not just a cute name. This is the exact concept astronomers are using right now as they hunt for other Earth-like planets out there among the stars.
But look, a great address isn't the only thing you need, is it? You also got to have the right ingredients. So, for our next clue, let's look at the specific recipe, the essential factors that all have to come together to create a living planet.
So here they are, the 5 key ingredients. We've already nailed down the first one, that just right intermediate temperature. Now we're going to dive into the others: water, gravity, our atmosphere, and the planetary movements that give our world its fundamental rhythm.
Let's kick things off with movement, specifically our planet's daily spin. This is a motion that's so constant, so fundamental, that we don't even feel it, and yet it shapes every single moment of our lives.
So what is rotation? It's simply the Earth spinning on its own axis, kind of like a top. And there are 2 super important details here. First, that axis isn't straight up and down. It's tilted at 23.5 degrees. Remember that number, it's going to be a huge deal in a minute. And second, one full spin takes 23 hours and 56 minutes. Pretty close to our 24-hour day, right?
And the result of all that spinning is simple, but profound. As our planet turns, one half is facing the sun. That's our daytime. The other half is in shadow. Hello, nighttime. This constant, predictable cycle is literally the reason we have a 24-hour day and why we invented time zones to keep track of it all across the globe.
Okay, so that's the daily spin. Now, let's zoom out. Way, way out. Because Earth isn't just spinning in one place. Oh no. It's also on a much, much grander journey, hurtling through space.
This massive trip around the sun is called revolution. This path, our orbit, takes 365 days and 6 hours to complete. Those 365 days, that's our year. And you know those extra 6 hours? They just kind of add up, and every 4 years, boom, we get an extra day. That's a leap year.
Okay, remember that 23.5 degree tilt I told you to remember? This is where it creates its magic. Because we're tilted, as we orbit the sun, different parts of the Earth get the sun's direct rays at different times. You can see the key moments here: the equinoxes, when day and night are about equal, and the solstices, which mark our longest and shortest days.
This tilted journey is the very reason we have the incredible rhythm of the seasons. It's what gives us the bloom and new life of spring.
Then, as our part of the world tilts right toward the sun, it brings the long, warm days of summer,
which slowly fade into the cool, crisp transition of autumn. And finally, it brings the quiet, cold stillness of winter. This reliable, beautiful cycle is another absolutely essential element for life to thrive. Okay, so we've got our perfect location, we've got our stable movements. What's left? We need the actual life support systems, the final pieces that make Earth a true home. We're talking about our protective shield, the atmosphere, and the universal solvent, water.
Let's talk about the very air you're breathing right now. You might be surprised to see it's mostly nitrogen, but look at that other big chunk, almost 21%. That's oxygen. That's the gas that powers complex life, and it exists in this perfect life-sustaining balance with everything else.
But what stops this precious blanket of air from just floating off into space? One word: gravity. It's that invisible force we listed earlier, and its role is massive. Our planet is big enough to create a strong gravitational pull that literally anchors our atmosphere, preventing it from getting stripped away. Without gravity, we'd have no air, no protection from radiation, no shield from meteors. Nothing.
And finally, water. I mean, we're called the blue planet for a reason, right? It's everywhere. But this chart shows a pretty startling truth. Over 97% of all that water is salt water. Then, almost another 2% is locked up as ice. That leaves this tiny, precious fraction of accessible fresh water for billions of us to depend on.
So when you put it all together, the verdict from our investigation is clear. It's not just one thing that makes Earth special. It's a complex, incredible interplay of all these factors. A perfect cosmic address, the right ingredients like water and air held down by gravity, and the stable, life-giving rhythms of day and night and season after season.
And that brings us to our final thought. Life on Earth exists because of this unbelievably delicate and fortunate balance of cosmic factors. Which leaves a pretty critical question for us to think about, doesn't it? What happens if we, the inhabitants of this remarkable anomaly, are the ones to finally